This is COLT KNOST, and you're listening to Missin Curfew.
What's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scottie Upshall in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media in Newport Beach, this is Missin Curfew. And before we start snapping around crispy rice, spicy tuna, let's not forget, this show is always presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Updog, Richie fella, how we doing, boys? Fella Friday. We both got a couple golf tournaments coming up this weekend. It's Ryder Cup weekend. It's a good weekend for the fellas.
The Dick Pickup first invitational at Newport Beach Country Club. In honor of Ice Pick's grandfather. What a tournament. So, listen, I'm fired up. Ryder Cup, DraftKings show. I think the money with the Euro team, not too bad. So, listen, yeah, I'm excited to see Ryder Cup, boys. I think for anyone, a lot of our listeners, the fellas, they're golfers, they're hockey guys, they're absolute beauties. This is a great weekend to be fucking on the couch and watching some fucking golf, boys.
Couldn't agree more, except with all the shit I got going on this weekend, I'm not going to be able to watch much. So it's going to be a tape and then try to catch as much as I can and then watch the rest. Because I can watch every shot for, even if I know who already won. So I'll have it taped up.
Well, you might catch a bounce, fella, because there's some weather in New York. So there might be a Monday finish. If it gets like too greasy, I was listening to live at the Ryder Cup, and they're predicting some rain on Friday. So if it gets rained out, because it's 36 a day, you can't make the boys play more than 36 a day. So it's like if it rains Friday, you're going to get a Monday finish.
Does bad weather help the Euros? Ooh, maybe.
I don't know.
Those fucking crazy Irishmen.
Yeah, let's. We're gonna get to Ryder Cup talk right quickly, but let's talk about our tournaments that we got going on this weekend. Let's start with you, Uppy, the Rifleman. Let's start with you, Rich, the Rifleman. I've played in it. Listen, four long days there at Pine Canyon, the friendly confines of Pine Canyon. I often tell the story that I thought I was going down right outside the Panda Express at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. I'm like, this could be it. This could be it. So unfortunately I couldn't make it up there to the Rifleman, but you got Reader coming in and you're coming off of the tournament last weekend. So you go back to back fucking member guest. That's, I can't do that. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's been a lot. But I'm excited, you get up there around all the guys, and you kind of, find that extra gear. So, I'm sure I'll be fine. Reader's in town. He's ready to rock. He's all juiced up, but, I'm excited. Yeah, get to, see all those guys, get the little juices flowing in some good matches. And always excited to do a Pine Canyon.
Is that a big sandbagger event, Richie? Are the guys winning that thing? Are they the biggest sandbaggers, or is it like,
Well, there's so many flights, right? I mean, most of the guys there that I know all the members basically, right? Some of the guys they bring in, if you're down in the low flights, they're not quite as good players, you could say. I don't trust those guys as much. But the first couple of flights, you kind of know they're all pretty good. So, it is what it is. You're never going to really get a handle on that situation, are you?
Are you going to be in the 8th flight like we were with fucking the Louse brothers and Dan Marley, that big beauty?
What's nice? We're the first seed in the 2nd flight this year, which is kind of nice. All my top boys are in that flight, so we'll have a great time.
So you're giving pops. You're giving pops.
Well, Reader's playing at a 7.5. And I'm at a scratch, so it's not terrible. He's going to have to play well. I'm going to have to play my game, but everyone's kind of pretty similar. We're the top flight, but not by too many.
Richie Schmucker there, the Schmucker and big guy. They look like the movie Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger when they're on the tee together. But you think he buys up all the squads again?
There's no question he buys up every team.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get a hold of a little piece of his team if I can. Because they're talking about sandbaggers. Those two always find a way to get into that shootout.
Big guy's game is good now too for a guy that didn't play much golf in his 30s.
He's playing at 16.5. So I know, and he seems to always get into that shootout. So he's a guy that you could put some money on at Calcutta and get a little piece.
What are your thoughts on the boys wearing matching outfits? Because I know they're a matching outfit type of team.
I don't like it.
They are a type of matching team. I'm not at all. Me and O was just war gear. I'm not too, but they are that team. So they're tough to cheer for in that respect.
They missed the horse race by one shot because we did bet on them, Richie. The year I was there, which I believe was 2 years. Has it been 2 years since we?
2 years, yeah.
They missed their flight by a shot. Fucking big guy.
Yeah, and they moved around this year. Like, so the money is pretty significant if you can win your flight to get into the shootout. So hoping to have a good week.
It's a great tournament. It's what is the first day? Just best ball?
First day is it's the whole thing best ball. You got 5 9-hole matches.
That's right.
Yeah, but they're doing remember how we did you got the horse race at the start to kind of get yourself in automatically, and then you got to win your flight to get in the horse race. So
we kind of made a little judgment error there. You made me hit the
I thought you were gonna get one out there for me.
Kind of tugged her left or hit that.
Tugged her into the trees left.
I was like, get up all night to get lucky. Up, fucking just clipped the pine. Fucking, I think I hit a pine cone. Down she went. We found her, punched her out. Then I wedged her on. I chunked her wedged on there. We 2 putted.
Okay, made a 5.
Yeah, I made a 5. It was a good 5.
First hole of the race.
Good 5.
It was good.
It was a damn good 5.
Good 5. Did we have a chip off?
Yeah, we had a chip off, and we missed it by just a couple, maybe a foot or something.
Those chip offs are tough.
Oh man, don't put me in them.
Well, don't worry, I wouldn't.
Well, we did when I was, or did I water ball that at Newport when it was me, you, Richie, and who else was on that team?
Well, you've a couple years you've
Chili dip.
You've hit one in the water, and you hit a chip shot that went about a yard and a half.
Yeah, you kind of pulled one into the right water there. That was our second hole. Remember we went back once.
Yeah.
We hit it once, went back, and then we.
So the first year you chunked it, it was me, you, Teddy, Stoley, and you were going for the chip. And I said to Stoley and Richie, Stoley and Teddy, I said, "Fuck, this is kind of his.
This is my nemesis.
This is not great, boys. That's a tight lie on a little upshoot there. Like he's been known to stick this in the ground and fuck a few times." And sure and shit, it went 4 feet. And they're like, "Good scouting report, Obes." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck." And then last year it was me, Richie, you, Todd Pickup. And you just kind of pull hook that little, I think you had a 9-iron, you just kind of tugged her a bit. That's when Tim Smith almost got the hole in one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You threw those hips a little quick into it.
Yeah, you jumped at her, big, all excited.
And my jaw's feeling good right now, though, boys. I'm going in clean.
I'll give you some inside information on 17 at Newport because I've played there a little bit lately. It's whatever the yardage is, it's 2 or 3 clubs less. And you don't want to be anywhere near that back bunker. You want to miss it left, short left.
For sure.
Don't even
look you're talking about that hole we played, Obes, right?
Yeah, 17. Don't
shoot
look at the pin. Especially in qualifying day, just leave it short left, put it up the hill and get out of there. Because if you hit it long and in that back bunker, you're bringing 5 into play. And maybe even more. If you hit it in the fucking water or something, it's stay away from that. Just from a guy who's been back there a lot, it's fucking terrible.
It's odds and evens, right? It's hit odds and evens.
Yeah.
What are you and TD going to do?
We haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet.
You guys, is it an alternate shot for you guys?
Yeah.
Alternate shot, fella.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll put a bowl on the Pine Canyon. Richie, have fun up there. That's a great. I'll tell you what, the one guy you got coming in, Reader, do you think you guys are going to drink more than we did?
I don't think that's possible. I certainly hope not.
It's a good base. It's a good place to start. Like, you've got your ceiling. That's
got to be the ceiling here.
But Reader can go.
Yeah, he can, but he's been pretty tame the last couple of years. So I think we'll be. My goal is always to be in bed, say 10, but it's never 10. It's always kind of midnight. But I'm hoping 10. I'm pulling for 10. I'm gonna try to be a big person. I might just get on the beers like you do.
Hey, pull it up on
I'll toss him some beers.
I'm taking the over that your head does not hit the pillow before fucking 11:30 midnight. I'm 10 o'clock. No, you got no chance of getting to 10.
I mean, you set a goal. I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. I don't know. Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to get in.
Shit.
It's going to be like you. I'm going to get on the beers. Hey, get on the beers. Stay on the beers.
Is there a bar there, or is he just sitter at no?
Oh, you mean like on
property? Yeah. Like, are you sneaking out, or are you just staying on
Well, we didn't go anywhere because the year we did it, Richie, right? There is a school in Pine Canyon, right? A university.
NAU, yeah, and they have a huge school, 30,000 students, and it's 5 minutes away.
But when I played it, it was like, now it's in season. When we played, it was, when did we play?
We played in July that year because they were redoing the course.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, you couldn't poke your head out there.
Yeah, nice.
But the place you go is the train station at Pine Canyon. That's where it's like the Tree Bar.
Yeah, sweet.
It's not quite as good as the Tree Bar, but I do like the train station.
The train station's great, and they got the little men's grill. You can sit in there and play dice all night, go back to the guys' houses, whatever. But PJ and the little guy like to go out downtown.
No, don't believe it.
No.
Don't believe it. The Rifleman, Richie, good luck. Reader, keep your head down, low, slow, Reedy. Hey, low, slow, Reedy. Trust the fella. Moving on here, it is the first annual Pickup Invitational Tournament in tribute to Dick Pickup. Best name ever. Dick was a legend. Best fucking tan ever. Like, best tan you've ever seen. Had a routine that he stuck to where, obviously up early doing his work and lunch at Newport Beach and then come hit balls at Big Canyon. Did that right to the, day he died. But the trophy's really cool. Todd was telling me that this is even more of a legend. Like, Dick's short game was unbelievable, right? Like, even when he got older, he couldn't hit the ball very far, but you'd give him anything. Joe Moody told a story about he was getting a bunch of shots and he'd hit it up and then have to hit another one and then get inside 100 yards and stick it in and have to give it to him. Like, 4 for 3. Like, he kept doing it to them, just stuffing in these wedges. So the trophy is 2 hickory sticks with his old wedges on them. Like, Dick Pickup played with the hickory stick. Casey, pull up a hickory stick shaft.
Yeah.
He played with them. Dick, play with them. That's the trophy.
I can't wait. And, it's a flighted out alternate shot qualifier. It's a grind, as we know. You and your partner.
Me and you know firsthand.
For sure. Any guys that have stepped up to a multi-day alternate shot is a test of patience and a test of your friendship and a test of everything. So I'm excited, bud. I'm excited.
Yeah. So Richie, it's so you pick whatever tee box. So if me and you were partners, let's say I'm going off odds every time I hit off odds. But after that, it's straight Scotch, alternate shot. Newport Beach Country Club, which we've all played. I love it. Pick's got it in such great shape right now. It's a fair golf course. You don't lose lots of golf balls. But I was talking to the boys last week, a big Eric Labe and some of these guys are like, oh, you're going to have to shoot nothing out here to qualify in the championship. I'm like, buddy, first of all, the format's hard. And, watch out for the kikuyu grass. And the greens can get slick. And, this format's going to, I just don't think it's going to be as easy as some of these boys coming in thinking it's going to be. Mainly our boy Joffrey Loophole, number 1 on that list. Happy birthday, Loops.
Yes, Loops is
Loops. 42 years old, Loops. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you.
Boy.
I texted this morning, happy birthday. I said, I got good news. Only 20 more years till we get our NHL pension. That's what I said to him. Hey, only 20 more years, buddy. And we can dive into that.
2.5.
We can dive into that pension and really fucking enjoy ourselves down in Cobble. But happy birthday, Loops. But have you ever done that, Richie? This format of me and Uppy, there's a tournament called the Cravens up in San Gabriel, which was Dick Pickup's favorite golf tournament. And Todd is doing it. That's in the spring. Todd's doing it in the fall now to honor his dad in his favorite tournament. Me and Uppy went twice. First year we shot 77 gross for 72 net. Got us in the championship flight. Last year we shot 88 and we were on the freeway flight driving home licking our wounds. But have you ever played straight up alternate shot?
I haven't, except for like a little horse race, but it's a couple holes. That sounds like a grind, especially it's tough to get in the groove.
Yeah.
Is it only a 1 day?
No, it's 3 days. Qualify Thursday, play Friday, win your match Friday, and then you got to win 36 holes on Saturday if you want to win your flight or the championship flight. Yeah.
And the whole thing's alternate shot.
Alternate shot.
Wow, that's great though.
Richie might be able to know is I think Alec Martinez is playing in this tournament. Richie, would you know if he's a member at Rock Creek, like Bill Foley's club up in
Montana? Is that Montana?
Yeah, because I'm sure with the Vegas Golden Knights, he maybe joined up there, but he's playing with I think his brother because I seen their names and I'm like they're from. Rock
Is it
Creek.
Alec? It's not Alex, right? Alec. The C.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I was like, he's got to be playing.
Is he wearing shot blockers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, he shows up in shot blockers. It's him. Fucking. Oh, hey, bud, Buck, come on in.
Put on the tape, off the glass. Fucking ice snipe.
He didn't mind blocking biscuits, did he?
No, team guy here. But I think he's playing in it, and this is the first annual, so you're gonna this experience here. A lot of local guys, a lot of local clubs, but you have to play with someone from your own club. That is the important draw.
You have to. It has to be a member from your own country club.
So we'll get you in there next year with,
Boy, Wayne, yeah, just that date's a little confliction there.
This date, I talked to Picky. This was the date that fell down this year, but it's not going to be mandatory this weekend. It's going to be in the fall, of course, but this is just kind of where it fell this year. So maybe if they move it around, we can get you to come in and play. Because I need another crack at the rifleman too. I need one more crack. But I'm going to take that extra day. I'm not going to fly home that next day. I'm going to take that day.
Yes, that's the key.
I'm going to go
Day of rest
to one of those nice little condos they have, batten down the hatches, pull the blinds, and take
orders from room service.
Oh, yeah, take the day. Uppy, who you playing with? Walter Fromey the fourth?
I got Fromey the fourth, one of our best putter at our club.
I got Thomas J. Dory the third. Good Irishman.
Yeah, you guys be battling and grinding.
I'm not going to lie. It's already in my head. I couldn't sleep last night. Fucking Mac Miller roll around like a goddamn bowling ball, and I couldn't sleep. And I started thinking about some of the shots I got to hit. That's not good when you're already thinking on Tuesday, right? Like, I'm worried about the tee shot on 9. Don't want to tug it left over there. There's trees and so much kikuya. It's fucking bogey, double bogey city. And I've been over there 4 weeks in a row. I don't want to put Doherty there.
So you're gonna take.
I'm thinking I'm taking odds. I think because number 4, the little par 3. Historically, I pull tugging in that water, and that's the only thing you can't do there because if you hit in the water, you're gonna make 5. You just need to hit land there, and you make 3 or 4. No damage done. But if you hook one in the water, then he's got to go to the drop zone. You could bring a big number into play. Like the thing about qualifying, Rich, is you just don't want to make a massive number. Like bogeys are fine even.
So what's the number? 80 to get you in? Shoot 80 gross?
No. To get in the championship flight, the boys think you got to shoot even par net.
So, okay. Depending on your handicap.
How many shots you getting?
I don't know. I'm probably playing as a +1.
I think you guys are +2.5. So you're giving 2.5 shots.
Yeah.
So you guys got to play well.
You're going to have to shoot under par. Yeah. That's what they think. You're going to have to shoot 2 under. You can do that, you and Walter.
Yeah.
Me and TD are getting 3.5 shots. So we're going to have to shoot 75 or
76 maybe.
I don't know if we can do that. I just want to qualify. So, anyways, boys, it's going to be unbelievable. Last but not least, our little intro here. It's Ryder Cup week. I texted Keegan yesterday, fella. I said, good luck. Go get him. He said, thanks, kid. I'm like, Keegan, I'm older than you are. I'm not older than Keegan. How old is he, Keegan?
You are older than him.
Anyways, I'm pulling for him. He's been a great friend of ours through Brendan Steele. Steeler is driving one of the golf carts. He's driving one of the golf carts that's going to have one of the vice captains on there. I think Keegan's done a hell of a job leading up to this. I think they're ready to rock. Beth Page looks unbelievable. Like I did say, there is some weather coming maybe on Friday, but I think we're in for a spectacle, boys. I'm taking on DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm taking Team USA -140. I think with Keegan at the helm, the number 1 player in the world, Scottie Scheffler, is going to have, I'm going to say he's going to go 5-0. You heard it here first. He's going 5-0. He may need to go 5-0. And with the drunk New Yorkers, come on, Keegs, get her done, bud.
It's going to be a great weekend, boys. One of the best. This is one of the greatest sporting events that comes around every couple of years. And, where it's in the U.S. and these drunk New Yorkers are going to be going buck diddy. But I just think this Europe team is tough. They play hard. And fairway Jesus, if he keeps it going, heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the odds on that Europe team, Obes.
You do, eh?
+170.
If it wasn't for Keegan,
I know.
I might take it. But listen, here's what we got for day 1 practice groups, which gives you a kind of an inkling of who they're going to play with. Inkling. That's a good word, eh?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Scottie Scheffler, Russell Henley. What do you think of that group? Henley can put the fucking guts out of it, and obviously Scheffler's number 1 player in the world.
How do they start? Are they starting with they play their own ball, like a best ball?
No. Alternate shot.
Alternate shot to start.
Harris English, Colin Morikawa. I don't know about that team. Cameron Young, Ben Griffin. I think Cam Young has a fucking big time tournament. I think he's going to be a surprise for Team USA. I like this team here of DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, and then the last grouping is Patrick the Nerd Cantley with Xander, JJ Spaun, and Sam Burns. I think you're going to have to lean on Scheffler, Henley, and these could change. I think DeChambeau and Thomas, and I love Cameron Young and Ben Griffin, even though I've been kind of chirping Ben Griffin. I think those guys, and Xander and Cantley. Xander and Cantley got to play well too.
Yeah,
but that's what they're practicing.
It seems like, I don't know, it seems like the Europe team, they're the same team like all the time. And they got mojo and they got fucking You know, they like to drink probably more than the Americans. Do you think? Like, yeah, who's drinking more beers during this?
Yeah, I think the Irish guys drink.
The Irish guys, yeah.
You didn't say anything about like Sam Burns and all these guys and Seb Straka. And...
Sam Burns is with JJ Spaun.
Okay.
I don't like either one of those guys, really. I don't mind JJ Spaun, but I think he's a rookie. I don't know. I think Cameron Young is going to be my kind of, surprise for Team USA. So it's going to be great. Beth Page looks great. Have you seen the course? Fuck.
Looks mint. Today was last night was the last day that the Americans can fuck around with it.
Yeah.
And then today, moving on, it's all dialed in and it looks good.
How's the rough look out there?
Rough's not too bad. That was the one thing that he kept her down for the American lads. Kept her down.
Very nice.
It'll be nice. So enjoy the weekend, boys. Richie, good luck in the Rifleman. Uppy, the pickup invitation was going to be fun. We'll be right back here at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Bets, and more bets, baby. Presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Fellas, I had a tough week 3. 2-8. I kept the DraftKings book, sports book, in the positive numbers last week. But Uppy, we'll start with you. Who you liking here in the NFL? What do you got, fella?
All right, boys. Listen, the Bills are at home against the struggling Saints. The line is -16.5. I am going to take that. I think that this is going to be an absolute beatdown. I think Josh Allen, my quarterback for fantasy, is going to go for about 50 points. So I'm going to tickle that, and I'm also going to take the Steelers at home against the Minnesota Vikings. I like what Aaron Rodgers has been doing, boys, and at home, Steelers a tough team. Rookie quarterback, well, not rookie quarterback for the Vikings. They got Carson Wentz in there right now, but the Vikings had a big night. Mostly by their defense in week 3. I think they got their hands full going into Pittsburgh, boys. Tough match.
Richie, tickling any props over there, fella?
You know who I'm taking this week? I'm taking my hometown team. I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals at home against the Seattle Seahawks. They're due. Offense has been struggling. But I think it's one of those weeks they're going to have a good week and bounce back.
Little Thursday night. The running back Connor got hurt. I tried to pick up their backup Benson in fantasy.
You didn't get her?
Already?
Fuck, I can't believe I released Scatterboo.
I took him.
I released Scatterboo after week 1.
I knew Halsey was ready to go off, didn't I, last week? I said, he runs fucking good. He run and catch guy, too.
No, I know.
What about highlighting this Packers game? I didn't see.
Did you know who he was? Like, do you know where he played last year?
ASU.
I didn't, but I watched him play in the game, and I was like, this guy ran, the way he ran this one, I was like, this kid's a fucking beast.
Yeah, you should have seen him last year. He was a fucking machine. I drafted him thinking, and then I'm like, week 1 carry for 2 yards. I'm like, fuck.
Shane, last year, Cam Scatterboo almost single-handedly beat Texas in the college football playoff.
No, I remember.
Oh, yes.
He's getting IVs on the sideline.
Yes, I do remember that. I guess he's on my squad.
I guess he's just a beauty too, Rich. Like, I guess the coach loves him. The boys love him. He was fucking around the press conference. I guess he's a glue guy.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even try to leak someone out. He just runs through him.
He runs right through him, head down.
Doesn't even try to give him a little head fake.
No, there was a tackle the other night against the Chiefs where he hit his head on the fucking on the grass or turf. I'm like, fuck, put him in concussion protocol. Nope. He just kind of shook it off and went right back to the huddle. I was like, this guy's old.
Great last night, too.
Yeah. Scaladu. Bets, and more bets presented by DraftKings. I'm looking to bounce back here, boys. I got the LA Rams against the undefeated Indianapolis Colts. Listen, I think the Colts are good. I like the Colts because of Pat McAfee. That's why I'm always cheering for him, because I think McAfee's a goddamn legend. I think flying out west, the Rams lost to Heartbreaker in Philly, -3.5. Probably buy that down to -3, or if you got balls, like I say, the real men take the money line. But I think if you buy that down to -3, that's going to be a winner. I got the Texans off to an 0-3 start at home against the Tennessee Titans, -7. I don't love that line, but I think they got to win. I think Tennessee stinks, and I think they're going to cover that. And last but not least, I got Baker Mayfield, my favorite player in the NFL, at home against the Bucs. It's at +3.5. Maybe buy that up to 4. Bucs +4. I hate the Eagles. They're pissing me off, the tush push and the way they won last week. And Flowers texted me. I love Baker Mayfield. I hope the Bucs can fucking knock him off.
Yeah, I know that Philly had a tough game this week, but like the Bucs have been in games each week. Like they have 3 hard games. They played the Monday Nighter in week 2. They come and have a tough morning game in week, afternoon, or call it this week 3. But they fucking grind out their wins. So you still think they got it to go 4 hard games in a row. Be interesting to see. Like Baker Mayfield, there's no question he's vibing right now, but
Mike Evans just got hurt too. But Chris Godwin's coming back.
that's your guy.
I need him back.
Tried to put him in the trade.
I need him back. But Mike Evans is a big loss. Listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat the Eagles. I just think at home, the way Baker's slinging it, Evans is a big, big loss. I'm not going to lie. That fucking stings. He's out with a hammy.
The Eagles,
but I believe in Baker.
Have they lost 1 game in the last 29 games?
I mean, since Jalen Hurts has won like 19 straight games that he started and finished. But they could be 0-3. They fucking could be 0-3. If the Cowboys just don't piss it away week 1, if Kelsey wasn't dreaming about Taylor Swift and fumbled it on the fucking goal line, and in the last game they came back from hell.
Yeah, that was
they could be 0-3.
I do like your Rams bet. But the Colts are a tough team. But the Rams are at home. Rams are good.
Flying west, 3-0, feeling good. They come on the bird. They think they're going to be good. Maybe some boys go out to Hollywood for dinner, Rich? And they've been stuck in Indianapolis. They're like, oh, fuck. Let's go to Craig's.
Yeah.
Or let's go to Cat's. And then let's go to Bootsy's.
I don't think they're allowed. Next thing you know, you're not allowed to leave their hotel when they get home.
Oh, yeah, they can.
You think so?
But you weren't supposed to leave your hotel.
I was.
You weren't supposed to leave your hotel.
Supposed to stay there.
You weren't supposed to leave your hotel either, fella, but it fucking happened. So always gamble responsibly, but get some skin in the game at DraftKings Sportsbook. Moving on, boys, it's rumor mill time here real quick. Martin Necas has turned down a contract extension with the Colorado Avalanche. Listen, we all know what's going on with McDavid. Kirill the Kaprizov, that fucking Russian gangster, turned down a fucking $123 or $128 million. Now Necas has turned down an extension. Listen, boys, we all played the game. I couldn't imagine being these guys and getting to this opportunity where, everything's going up. The cap's going up. Hockey's growing in this state. Kaprizov and McDavid are, 2 of the top 5 players in the league. Necas is a top 10, top 15 player. I like that they're taking their time. And listen, you work your balls off your whole entire life as a kid in junior, college, minors, get to the show. Now you have a chance to fucking hit a home run. I like that they're not in a hurry to sign extensions. Now it puts some pressure on management, what they're going to do. But I like it, boys. I like that some of these big names are finally not just signing, no disrespect to Sid, but Sid always signed an extension, right? And Cooch stayed in Tampa. And I get it. It's good places. Grass isn't always greener. But in this circumstance, I'm excited that these guys aren't just signing extensions. And for us in our business, it's good material.
I know. Well, I will look at it like this. Last year, Rantanen, who knows if Rantanen was offered a contract extension, but all of a sudden, midway through the year, he gets blindsided with a trade because maybe he didn't look to take it. So you're right. Storylines, it's great for a player to hold some cards, not show his hand, keep your fucking 2-5 offsuit if you're trying to bluff the boys out, but go out there and trust your game and trust yourself and put yourself in a great spot come summer. This cap going up the way it is, boys, it's nuts. So who knows what's going to happen.
I love it.
And think about him, Obes, and up. He's playing with some of the best players in the world. You're going to put up some numbers.
Exactly.
So trust yourself, bet on yourself. I think he's going to sign a massive ticket if
I think there'd be lots of teams lining up for Necas. Yeah, that's good. Lots of fucking teams. Toronto Maple Leafs jump out at me, right? Play on the right side there with, I guess I got Willie Nylander too. But anyways, good on him. For the Avs, I always want the Avs to do well, but Necas, I respect it, and I still can't believe Kirill the Thrill turned her down. I'd love to talk to him and be like, fella, what do you got going? What's your agent saying? Tell you, what do you got? Where are you going, fella? Where does the wife want to go? Why old now? 20, what are you going to get, 20 a year? I'm going to get 20 a year? Yeah, nice. Set the bar. Set the fucking bar. Let's go. Set the bar, boys. Last but not least, before we get to our guests, it's the Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Fellas, go on the website, pick out your frames. Listen, you got to get the prescription, boys. Go out, get your prescription. Go to kits.com, virtually try them on, pump in your prescription, promo code curfew. Next thing you know, 40% off now. Next thing you know, knock at your door, Kits Eyewear up, dog. You got to get in the game.
That's where you start, too. You got to get the script. For the boys, when your eyes start to go a little bit, you got to go see that optometrist or maybe sneak down the store at that fancy sunglass place, Obes, that just give you the free eye eye test.
Yeah.
Say, fuck, what letter is that?
Can't see that.
Okay, I'm a +5. So then you take that +5 script and you go right online, boys, and $28. So get your prescription shades at Kits, fellas.
Love it, boys. Preseason hockey is back. We're going up to Winnipeg here. Number 46, Kevin He, I believe his name is. He's got his kits on. Look at that dish. Booyah, low blocker. Listen, these boys are fired up. There's been lots of fights, lots of good plays in preseason. I haven't watched any games, but I see it on social media. But this is a great little play by this young kid. He obviously had his kit's eye were on. I love a little behind the back pass, boys. And good on the kid that fired at home. Don't know who he is either. But Kevin Heath, the kit's eye, dish of the week, fella. Anytime you can go to your backhand in the National League, I don't care what the coaches say. You go to your backhand, boys.
Richie, I'll let you take that because that looked like you out there, bud. I've seen that fucking
buzzing, eh? Bud, fucking buzzing.
No.
Yeah, it's just good for these kids. It's a big moment for them, getting in the league, playing preseason games. You all remember those where you're kind of nervous. You don't, so you get a point, you get an apple, you score one. It feels pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, it does.
Go get drunk after the preseason.
Feels good until the next day you woke up to a fucking text from the guy saying, "Hey, coach wants to see you." You're like, huh? What are you talking about? I had fucking apple and +2 last night. I fought that guy. What do you mean? Yeah, wants to see you. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Hey.
It was over before it started, eh?
Like back to Port Hope, grab the Jeep Cherokee, put all the shit in it, drive to fucking Portland. Hey, fucking, here we go. 9 hours, fucking, hey, what happened, boys?
Big chewing.
Eat like a pig the whole way there. So, anyways, Updog's right. You got to get your prescription, boys. Get in the game at Kits Eyewear. Promo code Curfew gets you 40% off right now. And like I say, knock on your door. There's Kits Eyewear. It's Ryder Cup week. Friend of the show. Always see him at the Bird's Nest when I'm in there getting pinned with you boys. I fucked his name up, I guess. I already did it again. COLT KNOST coming up at Missin Curfew, fellas. Welcome back to Missin Curfew, fellas. It is Ryder Cup week.
What a week, Obes. What a week.
Man, that little entry, the music for it when it gets it going, eh? Beth Page Black. Keegan Bradley, a friend of the show, is a captain, so I got a lot invested in Team USA. I'm pulling for him this year. So friend of the podcast, does great stuff with CBS Sports for Golf, has a great podcast, Golf Subpar, and he's a fixture at the Bird's Nest at the Wasted Management. You can count in to bump into him. COLT KNOST, thanks for joining us, buddy. It's always good to see you, man.
You got it, guys. Thanks for having me back. I'm looking forward to it. And you're right. This is one of the best weeks in sports. I can't wait for the Ryder Cup to get going.
Yeah, so first of all, you do a hell of a job on TV. I see you out there. You did a great job at the U.S. Amateur as well, which a tournament you have won. But I saw you walking around there, and I don't know if I asked you this last time, but how much does that gear weigh when you're walking around there? When you have a long day, you got the belt, and I'm like, fuck, that's got to be a long day for you at times, is it not?
I tell you what, it's changed a lot since I first started doing it like 4 or 5 years ago. Used to be rather heavy, and I used to carry like a monitor around my neck. I looked ridiculous out there, but now with technology, I have just like 2 little clips that go on my belt. It's extremely light. And I've obviously made it in the world. Now I have a wonderful lady that carries my TV monitor for me. So I don't have to carry that around my neck anymore. So it's pretty easy, but for everyone out there, it's extremely hard. Don't ever try getting into it.
Yeah. Hey, Cole, I just want to ask you about the U.S. Amateur. You obviously won it. I watched it. It was at San Francisco Olympic Golf Club this year. Just what that tournament means and how it prepares you guys to be a pro, because it is such a grind. The best players in the world, and every time I watch it, it's just such an entertaining tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. It's the biggest amateur tournament in the world. The best of the best are there, and it's one of the hardest tournaments to win. I mean, you start with around 310 guys, cut down to 64 for match play. So, I mean, you got to play decent just to get into match play. And then from there, I mean, you could run up against someone that shoots 65, you shoot 67 and you lose, and you get some matches where you shoot 75 in advance. But as a kid growing up, I mean, that's the one we watched. That's where we knew all the young stars, where they were coming from, and you knew everything that was on the line. You know, the Masters invite, U.S. Open Championship, and just to have your name on that trophy is so cool. It was special for me. I've covered it, I believe, 3 of the last 4 years now. This was the first time the U.S. Amateur had been back at Olympics since I won there in 2007. So it was a very special week walking around there. It was nice to have everybody come up and say hi and say they were there in 07. But yeah, it was really cool.
And I want to just ask you before we dive into some Ryder Cup and some PGA Tour stuff, more importantly, the Bull Rush at Gaza Ranch, one of the best pieces of property in the planet, the Tree Bar. I've played in the Revelry, which is the smaller one. I've never played in the Bull Rush Colt, but everyone that played it this year, my boy TD, Chester, Uppy's played in it and I think won it before, haven't you?
I have. Thanks for the
They say it's the best member guest ever, and I heard you on your podcast talking about you were a little hung from it, but it's that good of a tournament, isn't it, fella?
It's the best. They do an unbelievable job. I mean, they spare no expense. It is a long week. But you know, Gaza, y'all have been there. It is the best. And finally, my boy Brendan Morrow and I actually won our flight for the first time ever up there. We made it to the shootout and we quickly eliminated ourselves my man kind of overhooked a 7-iron, landed on top of a cart, and went behind a tree in alternate shot. So we were out rather quickly, but it was awesome, man. And yeah, it's a long week, and it hurts when you get home.
Of all the hockey guys, BMO's got to be one that steps up in a member guest though and hits, he hits quality shots when you need to. And you two boys being low as you are, it's not easy winning that flight, being, giving boys diapers and stuff.
Yeah, our flight was extremely tough. We had some guys in it that actually took it serious too, that actually slept during the week. But Morrow's the best, man. He can go drink for drink and birdie for birdie with anyone. The man plays so much golf that, but we always have so much fun up there.
Colt, before I turn over to Richie, who I heard you got in his pocket last week, that a boy, way to get lots of it. Don't worry, you got lots of it. But I'll tell you what, I retired from hockey, and I was, a pretty tough hockey player at times, and I started playing these member guests. I mean, they will challenge your body, they will challenge your soul, they will challenge everything, man. I played the Bel Air member guest, the little pro. It's only 2 days, wearing pants, going to Craig's and every other place. Like it's these member guests are hard on you.
Hey, I played that Little Pro last year. That is a fun one. I mean, what a great golf course. Fun evenings around there. You mentioned Craig's, great spot. But yeah, member guests, you better prepare. You got to train for those.
Yeah, Cole, I brought Obes up to the old Pine Canyon for the rifleman, and we put our guts out, drank more than anyone else in the entire tournament. I didn't fare so well.
I want another shot at the rifleman. My game's a little bit better than it was there, but that tournament almost killed me. I thought I was going down in the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. I'm like, this could be it. It was 4 days. The sweat started happening. I'm like, is this how it's going to end outside of Panda Express here after the rifleman for 4 days?
It wasn't pretty. Just blame the altitude. That's what it was. You weren't used to the altitude.
Cole, I just want to ask you this. You're welcome for the 400 there a couple weeks ago, but just want to get into this. I don't know your fully backstory, and I'm sure some of our viewers don't. But how did you transition from playing on the PGA Tour to getting into the media world?
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for the money. It was very enjoyable. I put it to good use. But yeah, it was crazy. It just kind of was a lucky thing. I was still playing out on the PGA Tour. I had a hand surgery that put me out 9 months. Came back, played a couple tournaments, re-injured it, had another surgery, and during that second one, I was laying in bed in Las Vegas at the Aria, having some fun out there with the boys, and my phone rang, and it was a New York number, and I didn't answer it, and I saw the voicemail, and it said, "This is Ross Malloy from CBS Sports. Give me a call when you get a chance." And they said, "While you're hurt, would you like to give it a go?" Like, we've been trying to figure out who, like a young guy who's almost done with their career, which, by the way, that was kind of like, oh God, does that really mean I'm almost done with my career? But they're like, who would be good, who has a personality, and your name keeps coming up. And so I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I got nothing else to do. So I did like 3 events for him throughout the year, came back. And then when it looked like I wasn't going to do enough to keep my card, they gave me an opportunity with like 15 events with CBS, but through the Golf Channel. So I wouldn't be on the main CBS show. And it was either do that or go back to the Korn Ferry Tour. And I knew at 35 years old, after playing the last 8 years on the PGA Tour, I was not going to have probably a very good attitude going down to the minor leagues and playing, and all these young kids coming up from college that are hungry and excited to be out there. And I said, I think, I've probably overachieved in my golfing life, and it's time to go to the next step. And I'm so happy I made that choice because I'm having the time of my life right now.
Yeah, that's a good point by you, because I had to go back down after I was in the NHL for 10 years, and like going down there, it's hard. It's challenging. You got these kids like, yeah, you're riding the bus again. You're like, fuck, I'm 35 years old, not 22. Like, it's harder to do. And I've been to some Korn Ferry events. I had to go to Wichita in the Korn Ferry event. That was like the hottest golf course I've ever witnessed in my life. You ever play that one?
I did. Played a couple times. Had a good finish there. Actually stayed with a family right on the 18th green there every year, the Muellers. That's a fun one. That town actually comes out and supports that one. You actually have a gallery around there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like you're playing in a blow dryer or a hair dryer, the way it's just hot air blowing on you. These boys are out there,
the monkey butt.
They're battling, like, knock that in, fella. You got this. They're just grinding.
but golf's lucky, and hockey is lucky sometimes too. If guys get put in that spot where they, they get an opportunity to maybe extend their career a few times, or you get a shot at the title where you're sitting on a booth and a panel sharing some great stories, and sports needs that. So
yeah,
Yoster, great job, because we need life in golf.
Yeah, I like that you're yourself, Colt, and that you always like give it to Frank too. You'll let him, you'll chuck shit at him, which I love. He's one of my favorites. He's still good at it, but you're just yourself out there, and that's what, when people watch it, that's what I just want a guy to be himself and tell us how it is. And you've been out there battling, you've been in under the gun, so that's I think your biggest positive to what you do, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And that's, the biggest piece of advice I got from a lot of the guys like Gary McCord, even Frank Nobilo and some of the other people at CBS. It's like, look, we brought you on because you're different and you have a personality. Show it. And so, as the legendary producer Lance Barrow told me, he's like, I want the Colt that sits around Whisperock and tells stories, but just don't drop an F-bomb, and everything will be great. So, yeah, man, we try to have fun with it. Frank's such a great sport about it. We love to take shots at each other. I definitely think I'm winning the battle over the last several years, but yeah, we have a great team over there, man. We're gonna miss Ian Baker Fitch. He had an unbelievable career. He just retired after our last one, but I'm excited for next year. We got 23 events with CBS next year. It's gonna be a busy one.
Yeah, and let's talk about, before we dive into the Ryder Cup, let's talk about the way that the FedEx season finished off. Tommy Fleetwood, Fairway Jesus, I believe you were the first person to call him that, and I kind of stole that from you, so thank you for that. But everything he went through, Cole, and you know how hard it is to win on the PGA Tour, and he, he put himself in a situation. In Hartford, he was right there, and a couple times in the playoffs, and to go in and win, the Tour Championship after all he's been through as an ex-player, how impressive was that for you?
Well, he impresses me every single week, whether he wins or not. He is so good. And he also is the classiest guy out there. Everyone loves him. You will not find an enemy of Tommy Fleetwood. That's how much he is loved out there, even by the fans. I mean, this was a tournament in the United States. I mean, he's not from here, and the whole place was rooting for him. I was so happy for him to get it done. I have mixed emotions about, like, he won the FedEx Cup title. Like, no, in my opinion, he won the Tour Championship. Like, he did not win the season-long race. There was one man who won the season-long race, and that thing was over. But so happy for Tommy. He handled himself beautifully. I mean, even he said, like, 3-shot lead on 18 with everything he's been through. He's like, it's not over yet. Let's just get this thing to the house. But it was impressive, man. He's going to be a problem up there at the Ryder Cup.
Hey, Cole, let me just tag that before I turn it over up here, Rich. Like, I kind of like the way they did it with, like, so Scottie would have had a 2-shot lead, and, like, what do you think? What's the best way to handle the FedEx Cup, like, in your opinion, I guess?
So if you want a season-long race, the points have to keep going all year. Like, for me, I'm a golf sicko. I watch every single week. So the way it used to be, where if you made it to Eastlake and you were in the top 5 and you won the tournament, you could win the FedEx Cup. But you could also have a Tour Championship winner and a FedEx Cup winner. Like, I always use the example when this was several years ago. It was a playoff between Rory McIlroy, Kevin Chappell, and Ryan Moore for the Tour Championship. If Ryan Moore or Kevin Chappell won, Dustin Johnson won the FedEx. If Rory won the playoff, Rory wins the FedEx. Like, I can keep up with that, so I'm fine. And I love a guy that's in 6th that has a birdie putt on 18 that could possibly change who's going to win the FedEx Cup, because that's a season-long race. The points go the entire year. The way it works, like, starting at 0, yeah, it's obviously very easy to follow. Scottie had by far the best year. And the way they used to start it with the stagger strokes, I wasn't a big fan of that. Just, you're giving the best player in the world a 2-shot lead. Like,
good luck.
Most of the time, he's going to get it done.
Yeah. So you like the old school way, like when Tiger won the Tour Championship, he didn't win the FedEx Cup that year. Was it Rory that won it that year? I can't remember, but that's how you like it.
Justin Rose.
Rose.
I do. So when they first started doing it, like, if you went out, I think VJ won the first 2 playoff events, and it was over. Like, all he had to do was put a tee in the ground on Thursday, and he was the FedEx Cup champion. I like that it still matters. That's why I thought it was great when they made it where if you are in the top 5, which is a huge deal going into the Tour Championship, you win the tournament, you win the FedEx. And that makes it exciting, gives us some drama. Or we could just get rid of this whole season-long race thing. Like, we don't really need it, in my opinion, but that's what FedEx wants, and that's what the PGA Tour wants. So I'm here for it, but I don't know. It's just, they keep tweaking it, and I just don't know if they found the right one yet.
I just remember.
Yeah, and Cole too. Just let me take that quick. But it felt kind of weird when Rory's sitting out of a playoff event. If that can't do that in hockey, sit out of a playoff game. You know what I mean? That feels a little off to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, these are your 3 biggest events. FedEx putting all the money up they do, and you got a guy skipping it because he knows no matter what, he's going to Eastlake. I mean, he could have skipped the first 2 if he wanted, and his position wouldn't have changed. I'm with you on that.
I just remember Steve Sands back in the day, Cole, when it was old school. He'd be like, on the machine with the numbers. He's like, okay, if this guy makes birdie, this guy's. I'm like, that guy's fucking smoke coming out of his.
And that's to get this 32, right? Yeah, to get it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Like, I thought it was great. Like, there was always just moving parts going on, everything. I mean, everyone will always say match play, but match play is just hard for TV. You run that risk of getting 2 lesser named guys there in the finals on Sunday, and someone can also win 7 and 6, and it's over 2 hours before the TV coverage.
Cool. Let's go Ryder Cup, fella. You're going to be there, boots on the ground. Our boy Keegan Bradley's the captain. First of all, let's start with Keegan. Didn't pick himself. I always thought, looking at it, that I didn't think he was going to pick himself. I think he played well enough to pick himself. But as a guy who's around him, you've played against him. Were you surprised with that? Do you think he made the right decision? I guess time will tell after Bethpage.
Yeah, obviously an extremely tough decision. Like, I don't know if there's anybody that loves the Ryder Cup more than Keegan Bradley. And you don't get that many chances to play. And I don't think one person would have been upset if he picked himself. Like, he earned that right. He played extremely well. If anybody else was the captain, if it was any of us four, we would have picked him to play on that team. There's no doubt. But it was one of the most selfless acts I've ever seen. I think it's awesome what he's doing. And the biggest thing for him is, like, he has one job, and that's to be the captain now. If he was playing, people would say, oh, well, his mind's focused on his golf and not focused on being captain, or he's too worried about what the other guys are doing and not worried about his golf. It would have been a really tough situation for him. First off, if they go out and lose, he's going to get criticized anyway. They're going to say, you could have won if you would have played, blah, blah, blah. That's just how the media works. But as the great Al Davis has always said, just win, baby, and everything will be just fine.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's done a great job of preparing and stuff like that. And I just want to say, like, last weekend in Napa, where everyone played in the tournament besides DeChambeau, but they were all there. They all played in it. They played practice rounds together. As an American guy, Colt, is that a nice thing to see? That's just, we're all team guys here. Like, little stuff like that can go a long way, right?
Yeah, so we were actually talking about this today on our SiriusXM show. Like, I love to see it. But in my opinion, like, it's a no-brainer. Like, you haven't played since the Tour Championship. Keegan shouldn't have to make you go play. Like, you're playing in the Ryder Cup, the biggest event in golf. You should want to go play Napa no matter what. Like, we saw what happened in Rome when they all had 4 and 5 weeks off. They looked terrible. They came out flat, weren't prepared. They had that ridiculous 2-day scouting trip, then came all the way back, then went all the way back over. I think it would have been wrong if any of these players skipped that event unless they had some other reason going on. Obviously, Bryson DeChambeau can't play, and Xander Schauffele and his wife just had a baby 10 days ago. So understand him missing it. But I thought it was great. They hung out a lot. I know they had some dinners. They're heading up to Bethpage the weekend before. So it's going to be awesome, man. This European team is loaded, man. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, and like Cole, I was just going to touch on that European team. They seem like they have a little better form, maybe overall going in. They've all played really well. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler's played well here, but how much do you put into that? Like, does that really matter, or is it just you get there and it's kind of a fresh start for everyone? How much onus do you put on that?
Yeah, I think you want to be in obviously good form going in. It's better than being in poor form. But I'll tell you this: these guys at this level, I mean, they can hit one ball on the range and all of a sudden they find something. Like, it can change so fast. James Hahn, who's won a couple times on the PGA Tour, missed 8 straight cuts at one point and then won the following week. Like, that's how good these guys are. They can just figure it out. I mean, you'll see guys on the range struggling, and boom, they find one little key and they're off and running for the next few months. But you obviously want to be going in good form. The Ryder Cup's a totally different animal. Obviously, playing match play, playing alternate shot, playing 4-ball, but it's the most nervous these guys are going to be all year. You definitely want to go in having a lot of confidence. But man, I actually, I've played a Walker Cup, which is the amateur version of the Ryder Cup. But I cannot imagine that first tee on Friday. I've been to the last 2, and just the amount of people in those stands going out there Friday morning with all the chants going on. It's one of the coolest moments in sports, in my opinion. If you ever get a chance to go, you got to get there early Friday and get in the stands Friday morning.
Yeah, so we went to Medina in what is that, 20?
When Europe came storming back on single Sunday, we were there.
It's so insane.
Last time someone won on foreign soil.
Yeah. You could feel the buzz around Medina, like, oh, fucking something's coming.
Oh,
Ian Poulter was coming. Like, oh boy, look out.
Those checkered pants heads up. Now, just a little bit about the event itself and being behind the scenes like you've been, you said the last 2. Like, what kind of comparison to a pro sport, to a team sport, does this sort of the lead up to it and all the content you guys get of these guys, like, geared up for that first tee shot on Friday? Like, what do you see from these guys? Are they all together? Are they behind the scenes? Are they working? Are they grinding? Are they just trying to get together? Because like you said, this Europe team's going in just kind of confident, like they can, they have the history behind them and they're going to kick some ass. But like, what is that lead up for, like, someone behind the scenes to see that Ryder Cup?
Yeah, so I mean, with Team Europe, by the way, Rory's already guaranteed victory. He did it after Rome, and then he brought it up again recently.
Really?
So that's interesting to hear him say. But yeah, it's totally different because a regular PGA Tour event or even a major championship, like, you're your own boss. You're playing for yourself that week. You make your own schedule. Like, I'm an early morning practice round guy, or I'm a late afternoon practice round guy. Here at the Ryder Cup, like, you practice as a team. You've got all these functions. You got to do media at a certain time. So it's an uncomfortable week for the players just because they're not in total control of their preparation. Some guys don't want to play a lot of holes. Some guys want to be on the range with their coach. Some guys just want to rest to get ready to go. It's different for during the Ryder Cup, but watching the guys get ready on Friday morning, I mean, you can see it. I know you're nervous walking to the first tee at the Masters, but that first tee at the Ryder Cup with all those people, and you hear the noise, right? Like you pull into the parking lot and the stands are already full 2 hours before, and the lights are on. Guys are chanting. They got all the songs going and everything, and you know that you're about to tee off for your country, and it's so cool. You watch these. I mean, Keegan Bradley's got a great story. How he was going to hit 3, went off the first hole, and he was playing with Phil, and Phil's like, no, you're absolutely sending it. Take that big driver out, use your adrenaline, and hit it 9 miles down there. Brandt Snedeker actually has a fantastic story about his first Ryder Cup. He was going to be in the first match. They had practiced all week, alternate shot, him and Jim Furyk. Brandt was going to tee off on the odds, Furyk on the evens. And they get to the golf course, and he's like, the stands are full, the lights are on. He goes, I can't eat breakfast. I can barely warm up. I don't know. Like, I don't think I can hit this first tee shot. And they're like 15 minutes from the tee time. And he goes, Jim, I can't hit this. He's like, you got to hit. And he's like, what? He's like, I cannot hit the first tee shot. So 15 minutes before the first match of the Ryder Cup, they switched, and Furyk played the odds to hit the first tee shot.
I get it, man. I get nervous. I get nervous in a horse race. If I'm in a horse race, I'm like, oh boy, I got to hit this shot off this tee. Hold on. I start sweating. I'm like, if these guys, it's a completely different. I can't imagine trying to hit the first tee of Ryder Cup.
No, you don't get it in hockey either. Hockey, you just slash someone or hit someone, turn the puck over, you're fine.
You know, I talked to Ray Whitney about this in hockey because I went to the Stanley Cup Finals in Vegas, played their first year, and Ray told me this. He's like, dude, the first 10 minutes of Stanley Cup Finals game, like, everyone's running around like a chicken with their head on. They're going so fast. They're just looking to hit somebody. I mean, it's just a disaster out there. And I feel like that's kind of like the Ryder Cup is. People are just so anxious, get it going, and then after a couple of holes, they kind of settle in and get going and playing some real golf.
Yeah, Cole. Have you ever played Bethpage?
Yeah, I played 2 FedEx Cup playoff events there. I hate that place.
Yeah, is it hard as it looks, fella?
It hates short hitters, which I am one. It is so tough. I'm interested to see how they set it up. I know our guys don't like a lot of rough because they like ship and driver down there. But when I played there in the playoff events, like the rough was up. It's crazy long. Lot of elevation, ups and downs, and it kicks your ass from the first hole to the 18th hole. It's a really proper test. But like I said, I'm interested to see how they set it up. If they set it up tough, or if they set it up and give the guys a chance to go make some birdies.
Have you heard of anything? Have there been any rumblings about how it will be set up? This and then nothing yet. Not till you get your boots on the ground there and see it, right?
I mean, I've heard some rumblings that they're going to keep the rough rather low. That's an advantage for us, I think. Just we're not the straightest driving team, but all the guys smash it. But yeah, they're going to give it a chance to go out there and play aggressive. But it's still, even if the rough's not crazy high, it's still a brutal golf course.
Yeah, it looks brutal. I like how they got the sign there. It says, only experienced golfers allowed. You're like, buddy, back up. There's another course over there for you. But Cole, I want to ask you about, we're starting with foursomes, right? Starting foursomes Friday morning. Like, fella, how do we not get the doors blown off us in foursomes here? Like, are you a little worried? Are you surprised they didn't start with, I'm not even American, but like, are you surprised they didn't start with 4-ball though, instead of foursomes? Or is that, what do you think about that?
So the home team has started off with foursomes the last several Ryder Cups and absolutely dominated every single time. I kind of thought that at first as well, considering we got shut out over in Rome, but then I looked at it and yeah, the U.S. has done great in foursomes when it's at home. So, but listen, those 8 guys they sent out for Europe over in Rome, that first session, are all back again. So I wouldn't be one bit surprised if they just send out that same exact lineup. They might mix up the order they go, but I have a good feeling those 8 guys are going to be back out there firing again on Friday morning.
Yeah, Cole, if you had a crystal ball here, I'm just kind of looking for an unsung hero. Who do you think is going to really kind of make a name for themselves with this Ryder Cup?
Well, on the American side, I think it's honestly going to be Ben Griffin, a guy that was, questionable to be a captain's pick. He earned it. He's played so great coming off the finish in Napa. He's got 11 top 10s with 2 wins this year. He just keeps getting better and better. He's smashing it now. He's a great putter. He's a very confident guy. And I think this atmosphere will be something he really embraces and tries to show off in front of the crowd. I think he could have a really good week.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I was going rookies next here with you too, Colt. And Griffin and JJ Spaun are 2 guys. Listen, what Spaun did at Oakmont was unbelievable, and you would contest. We all realize that. But for him and Griffin, you just talked about the first tee, the feeling it's going to be. Do these boys You obviously know them better than us. Do these boys have it in them, you think, as rookies to stand up there and be able to fight through the nerves just because they haven't been in this before, I guess, but they have been in major championships. I know that.
Yeah, I think they do. I think our rookies are very, very good. Ben Griffin, like I said, was probably the biggest question mark, but just he continues to show week after week how good he is. And this is, I get it. Like everybody's like, oh, you got to do experience. You got to do experience. At some point, you got to be a rookie. At some point, you got to get in there and let's see what you got. And we got 4 of them. They have 1 over on their side, but I'm not worried about it. They're world-class players. It's not like it's a different golf course or a different game. I know it's match play, but it's 18 tee boxes, 18 greens, and the best man's going to win. And so I'm not worried one bit about those guys.
I want to go with the guy I think is going to be an unbelievable rookie, Cameron Young, another guy that, took his lumps not winning, hits it long. I was at the Hero World Challenge, and he checked out my girlfriend, too, while I was walking by. I'm like, that boy, have a peek. So I'm like, this guy's, good cockspill at his husband. But, like, he hits it long. You talked about Beth Page. Like, this guy seems to have that inner bulldog in him of, like, sometimes the look on his face, he's, like, pissed out there, Colt.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much. He won't be chatting with the gallery or anything, but he's a New York guy, right? His dad was the pro at Sleepy Hollow. He won the Met Amateur or the Met Open, one of the two, there at Bethpage. So he's played the golf course a ton. He's very good on difficult golf courses. Like, he's come so close in so many major championships. It's a perfect setup for him. If he can go out there and perform, he's found something in the putter this year too, which is obviously a huge key for the Ryder Cup. He's a stud, man. I think, I hate saying the floodgates are going to open. I don't like that, but he got the monkey off his back with getting that first win. I mean, it was like, when are you going to win? You're too good to not have won out here. And he finally did it. And I think we're going to see some good golf from Cam Young.
I'd like to say, is the U.S., are they winning this if the Bryson DeChambeaus and the Scottie Schefflers are the 2 best golfers of the weekend? Or do you think, they can be average and the rest of the guys can pick them up? Like, how do you see the U.S. like coming on top, in this sort of battle with the team they got?
Yeah. You can only play 5 times. So, I mean, Scottie can only go out there and win you 5 points. And I think there's a lot of pressure on him. He doesn't have the greatest Ryder Cup record. He played awesome as a rookie, which everyone did at Whistling Straits. I mean, they just absolutely slapped him around there. But then last year, him and Brooks Koepka had a record defeat, losing 9-7. I think there's a lot of pressure on Scottie considering how dominant he's been the last 3 years on the PGA Tour to go out there and lead this American team. Like, I expect him to play 5 matches. And I expect him, if the Scottie Scheffler we know shows up, he's going to go out there and handle his business. But I think he's a huge key. If he goes out there and struggles and, gets beat maybe in the first 2 matches on Friday, that's going to put a lot of doubt in Team USA because, like, hey, here's by far the best player in the world, and he just lost twice. We could be in some trouble.
Yeah, he's motivated, right? He was emotional after Rome. Remember, Cole? Like, he was choked that way he performed and stuff. So I'm going to go through a couple other guys here on the list here that I Patrick Cantlay. I know he's Ryder Cup tough, but like, what can I expect out of Patrick Cantlay? I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of him, but he is like, he's match play. He can putt like a machine, right? And he's been there before.
Yeah, other than Max Homa, like, he was the only real bright spot over in Rome with the finish he had there on Saturday night to give him somewhat of a chance. He's a killer. I believe his team record, I'm just going off the top of my head here, is like 15-6-1 between Ryder Cup and President's Cup. Like, he shows up in these events. The putter is a weapon. My one concern is his pace of play. Like, the New York fans, I know they're going to be rooting for America, but they got on Sergio up there at the U.S. Open about his pace of play. They do not like slow players up there. If he's not playing well, I'm worried they could turn on him a little bit. But I would not want to play Patrick Cantlay in a Ryder Cup. He's too tough, man. And he had to show just a little bit of form in the playoffs, and he was going to get picked, in my opinion. A lot of people were saying he wasn't going to make it. Hadn't had a good year. I think him being so involved with the PGA Tour board and the stuff with Liv over the last several years has hurt his game a lot. But he is so talented. I mean, he's one of those guys when you talk to the other guys, like, who's one of the guys that's got the most talent out here? Who's one of those guys that'll always show up? And it's Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah, he's busy off the course, right, dealing with all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, I'll give him other credit because he'll take the hat off at the Ryder Cup, and I don't know if he should. Like, I don't know if it's exactly the look that he should go with, but he takes the lid off. He lets her go. I got to give him credit for that.
Everyone else feel good.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, I'm taking the lid off. I don't care if I got the big 4. He's going for it. I got to give him that up,
Totally.
It's impressive. I got one more guy I got to ask you about here, the old Georgia Bulldog, Russell Henley. You said Bethpage is a big hitter's track. The old Bulldog, he doesn't hit it very far, but he can roll it. He's a competitor. He's a guy, Colt, I think, that's got got to chip in, right, and be a big part of this Team USA if they can knock off Europe.
I mean, he averages 287 yards off the tee. Like, saying that out loud is not short. It's just short compared to some of the other guys. Like, he's not going to hit at 330 like Rory and Bryson. He's the 4th ranked player in the world. And I know the world rankings are a little skewed here and there because the live guys don't get points and all that. No matter what, he's one of the best players in the world. His iron play is phenomenal. He drives it extremely straight, and the putter is just filthy when it gets going. I mean, what he has done, like at East Lake that Thursday where he made almost 200 feet of putts, I think, in one round of golf. It was just ridiculous. Seeing what him and Scottie did at the President's Cup, I would not be one bit surprised to see them team up. I know they love playing together. I expect that to be possibly maybe the first group out on Friday morning. If they'll be going out Friday at some point. But I like that team a lot. And Russell Henley, yeah, you don't doubt him. He reminds me a lot of Brian Harmon. Like, they play with a chip on their shoulder. Brian just looks a lot angrier. Russell seems rather calm out there and everything, but he knows he doesn't hit far. He knows how to play his game. He's not going to try to do too much out there. Just get it on the green, give Russell a chance to make a putt, and he's going to show up.
Yeah, I watched him the other day in Napa make 8 birdies and shoot like 64 or something, and he just kind of plotted around there nicely. And any putt he had, he just rolled it in. I'm like, oh, this guy just
Jailbird.
Yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Colt, what about pairings, buddy? Sorry to put you on the spot. You just mentioned that one there. That's interesting to me. Is there any other pairings that jump out to you that you'd like to see that are maybe off the board or ones that are probably on the board a bit?
Yeah, so I think, we always see Patrick Cantlay and Xander play together. That's kind of just been a fixture the last several years in the team events. I'm interested to see if they mix them up at all, just because Xander just hadn't played Xander Schauffele-like golf. Like, he's played, a lot of people would love the season he had. Just, it's not up to his standards. I mean, he's coming off 2 major championships, had the injury, but I expect him to be back in good form. I think the big question is, who's Bryson going to play with? I've heard things like Ben Griffin. I've heard Justin Thomas possibly playing with him. I don't know. You got 4 rookies. You got a lot of new guys in there. I think JJ Spaun's a guy that can play with anyone. He's just, his whole game is just so solid. Like, he's not the longest. He's right around average off the tee, but probably one of the best golf swings in the entire game. Yeah. One of the best ball strikers there is, and we've seen what he can do with the putter. Who else we got on there? Harris English, another guy that I think can just play with anyone. A lot of these guys, you can just throw them out there. The big question for me is Bryson. Like, he's obviously a polarizing figure. He likes getting the crowd going. He likes shipping that driver down there. And who can handle all that? Who can handle all the background noise that comes with Bryson? He's a weapon, though. If Bryson goes out there and plays well this week, I expect Team USA to be up there at the top.
Yeah, it brings you to a point, and everyone's disagrees with me on this, and I'm sure you're going to disagree with me on it as well, but you talk about a polarizing guy like Brooks Koepka. I know he hadn't had a great year, but like, to me, when you come to a Ryder Cup, like, experience and having that swag of walking on the first tee and looking at you like Rory McIlroy and being like, fuck you, Rory. Let's go, buddy. Let's bring it. Like,
beat your ass.
Was there a chance that you ever thought he might have been on this team? Or is Team USA missing any of that, Cole? Are they missing like the old school DJ and the Koepka, the guys that kind of are like, kind of alpha, I guess I'm asking you.
I do not believe so. I want to look this up real quick so I don't mess it up for you. Okay. But look, I love Brooks, and he is a stud. He won a PGA Championship at this golf course. He has just not played good golf. I mean, you look at his last 3 starts. He's played the Open Championship their World Golf Ranking Point events. Missed the cut at the Open, missed the cut at the Irish Open, just missed the cut this past week at the BMW. He did finish 12th at the U.S. Open. That was his one bright spot. Missed the cut at the PGA and the Masters. So the big events this year, he just hasn't played Brooks Koepka like golf. I don't know if it's going to live. I mean, this game's just let's be honest, it's really hard, and it comes and it goes. I was shocked by the year he had with it being a Ryder Cup year because I know how much he loves playing on these teams, and yeah, he's a guy you don't want to play. He's a killer. Yeah. But I just didn't think Keegan could take the risk in picking him with the form he's been in.
So you got to go form over experience. Like, when a guy's had that bad of a year, and obviously playing on live, they don't play as much as the PGA Tour guys. He doesn't have good majors. You can't risk saying, okay, Koepka's been here. He was at Whistling Straits when we rolled the boys. As a captain and vice captain, you can't take that risk just because his form's so poor.
Yeah, I mean, if he went out there and he had like 3 top 10s in the majors, like wasn't really in contention but finished 8th, 9th, 10th, like then you'd be like, okay, he's very close, and we know what he can do in a Ryder Cup. But when you're going out there and missing cuts in majors, missing cuts in regular DP World Tour events like he is, I don't believe he won on live the entire season. I don't see how you could go. Like, I think Patrick Reed had a much better chance of getting picked than Brooks Koepka did.
Yeah, Patrick Reed. I forgot about Captain America. Didn't they call him that back in the day when he was rolling all those putts in there?
Oh yeah.
What about Patrick Reed? He's a bulldog too.
Yeah. He's a guy that get under your skin if you're playing against him.
Yeah, right. He's a guy you want to. If he played hockey, I'd want to punch Patrick Reed in the face. Hey, cool. Last one for me. Sorry, buddy. I'm kind of a golf nerd. I'm fired up for this Ryder Cup. Let's talk about the fans in New York. Like, I think they got to get on Rory. I think they got to get on Rahm. I think they got to get on everyone and get on them early. I know. Listen, still it's golf. Like, let's not go full Happy Gilmore style here, but it's still golf. But I think these New York fans could be the difference, get the booze in them and start letting these Europeans know that, hey, this is New York and we're going to take this Ryder Cup home with us.
Yeah, I hope they do. We've all said, like, this could be one of the most raucous Ryder Cups we've ever seen, and we expect it to be. I mean, y'all know how the New York fans are. I mentioned I played 2 playoff events, just individual tournament, and they were brutal. I mean, they just give it to you, going down every single hole. If you do something bad, they're going to let you know about it. It's going to be so much fun up there. I laughed at a lot of people who, they said they feel like they've priced the riffraff kind of out because the tickets are so expensive. They're like $750 minimum to just get a GA ticket. I said, I don't know if y'all know this, but rich people can act like assholes too. They also get drunk. It's just off nicer stuff. They're gonna be just fine. I promise you. It's gonna be rowdy out there. My biggest concern with the New York fans is just knowing how they treat their other sports is if we get off to a bad start again on Friday and Saturday, will they turn on them? That's my biggest concern. I hope it doesn't happen, but I could definitely see it with those fans.
I'm taking Team USA because of Keegan, and I love Keegs, and I want to see him get it done. Team Europe's loaded. We all know that. You said at the top of the show. If there was one weakness to Team Europe, like obviously they got the bond, it's the same team besides the 2 twins they switched, but if they did have a weakness as a team, and your Team USA looking at that, what would it be, Colt?
I don't think they have one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I really don't. Like, I think if this was on a neutral site, Europe would be favored.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, that's just how much the home field advantage comes into play there. I don't see a weakness. Now, switching out the Højgaard, maybe him being a rookie could be a little bit, but the other ones, they've all been there. They've all done it. I mean, Luke Donald has done a fantastic job as captain. But at the end of the day, I mean, all you can do is put him out there. They got to go out there and perform. John Rahm, I love him. I play a lot of golf with him. He can run rather hot. Can they get under his skin? Same with Tyrrell Hatton, who they like to play a lot together. Can they get under their skin and affect how they play a little bit? We'll just have to wait and see. But they're loaded, man. I don't really see any weaknesses, if I'm being totally honest.
Plus 140 underdogs.
By the way, you could have. So after Rome, when we got our ass beat so bad, 2 weeks after the future betting line came out, and US was minus 350. And now it's down to what, minus 140?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Outright winner, draw no bet is minus 170 to plus 140.
I wish I would have bet Europe 2 years ago. Would have been nice, right? That's a nice little payday possible.
I get you.
I bet Europe at Whistling Straits, and that one really backfired on me. The boys came out humming at Whistling Straits. I don't know what I was thinking on that, but I took Europe.
That thing was almost over on Saturday.
It was. I'm like, this is fucking over. Take my money. This is done.
Yeah, Colt, just off the Ryder Cup for a second. I just got 2 kind of quick ones for you. First one's favorite golf course in the world.
Favorite I've ever played, probably Royal County Down over in Ireland, which is where we played the Walker Cup. Is just something special. I tell everybody, like, my favorite golf course to play that I could play every single day is Shadow Creek in Vegas. There's just nothing better.
Yeah, I love it. And then other quick one is, I play a lot of golf here, but the one rule I can't stand is obviously hit one down the middle and you're in a divot, can't move it. What's one rule that really gets to you and you'd like to see change on the PGA Tour?
The divot thing will never get changed just because what's a divot, what's not a divot. I hate the mud ball situation. I just think it's just so unfair. But the biggest thing I would like to see change with the PGA Tour is the pace of play.
Yes.
Just get this thing moving. 5.5 hour rounds are just unacceptable. It's bad for the fans, bad for the players, bad for TV. We got to get these guys going. They're the best in the world. They should be able to play in 4.5 hours.
Well, they did as a base
pitcher, so they can do it to golfers.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Put a shot clock on them. And then it's up to your caddy and you if you can't fucking hit the ball.
Yeah.
I'm all for the shot clock, just actually stroking the guys. Like the process of actually getting a penalty stroke for slow play is so ridiculous. You got to mess up 4 times before you actually get a penalty. It's ridiculous.
Hey, I will say this. I get on the PGA Tour. If you drive it down the middle, it's in a divot. There's lots. But as a private course, I don't like to break the rules, Colt. But if I pump her down the cock, because I don't do it very often, it lands a dip it, I'm moving it. I'm just telling you, I'm going to probably move it. Because I just, it's not fair. I finally hit a fairway. I get up there, it's in a divot. I got to move it, Colt.
Hey, if we're playing together, you're a lot bigger than me, so do whatever you want.
Hey, Colt, last one for me, buddy. You're a beauty, and you're the heartbeat of media right now in the golf world, and we can all agree golfers are making tons of money. And, you know, I was so happy when Rory won the Masters, but then the way he treated the media afterwards, listen, I get it. You play bad, you come off the course, you don't want to talk. But, like, these guys are making tons of money. It's a great lifestyle. Do you think the golfers could be a little bit better with the media, or should they have to talk or not talk? As an ex-player and a media guy, well, how do you feel on that?
I 100% think they should have to talk, and that's me not even being a part of the media. Like, you get to play for all this money. A lot of the reasons because of the TV contracts. I mean, the PGA Tour gets around $700 million a year from CBS and NBC. Like, that's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Every other sport, starting quarterback goes out, plays terrible. He faces the music right afterwards. Same in hockey. I mean, Connor McDavid, they lose. He's going to get interviewed afterwards. He's not going to be like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to skip this. Like, that doesn't happen. And when you're a star in the game of golf and you go out there, like, the whole thing with Colin Morikawa kind of got blown out of proportion, in my opinion, because no one asked Colin Morikawa for an interview, which they easily could have done. And then this whole thing wouldn't happen. He messed up when he went in and said, I don't owe anyone anything. And I think that's bad, because also you want the media to be on your side. You don't want them writing bad stuff about you. But I do think we've gotten to the point in media now where they're always looking for that gotcha moment or that negative story. Like, why can't we just pump these guys up and say how great they are most of the time? And I think that's what these players are so concerned about. They're always looking to catch you in a moment where you say something that's all of a sudden, boom, going to become a headline. Even though it's like they totally taken out of context. And I hate that for the guys because, you know, you're running hot. You're coming off. I mean, Shane Lowry at Augusta was beautiful this past year when he was pissed off. He just played really bad coming in. He was in contention at the Masters. He's like, I'm just going to go. I'm probably going to say something stupid. I probably already have. And he just walked away. Yeah. I actually find that one kind of funny.
Yeah, he's a good Irishman. Cole, I just want to ask you, too, like, Rory wins the Masters. Then they take his driver away at him at the PGA. I get it, right? You know, you take Mike Blake away. But, like, why do you think he went so, like, kind of a crybaby? Like, I mean, you just created the career Grand Slam. Like, I thought that was going to release him into, fuck, he's going to win a bunch of majors now. And he just kind of played the rest of the year like, I don't really care. Like, did that surprise you?
So I'm kind of on his side in this one because that week 13 drivers failed out of the random test, and one name got leaked, and it was Rory McIlroy, who just won the career Grand Slam. Scottie Scheffler also failed. He had to replace it that week, and he went out and won the golf tournament. Yeah. And he said it afterwards in an interview. He was like, "Yeah, mine failed too." It's not a big deal. They happen all the time, and it's just a random test. Like, as a player, you have no idea. Like, oh, my driver, it's getting to that limit. Xander Schauffele's cracked at the Open Championship a couple years ago, put a new one in and gained 2 miles an hour ball speed. So the illegal one was actually slower than the real one. It was not a big deal. He could have handled it differently, but I think he was so pissed off that his is the name that got leaked. Because if it's me and my driver fails, like, no one's going to give a shit. No one's going to come out there and be like, oh my God, COLT KNOST's driver is illegal, blah, blah, blah. And I thought that was a little unfair to Roy, but yes, he could have definitely handled it better.
You know what? I think my driver's borderline and fucking on the line right now. It's coming off hot and high, and like it's looking. You boys might want to test mine. It's close. It's coming off there nice now. Where I look at, I'm like, did I hit that? Did I hit that ball?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling my boys at Cali, I'm like, send me one of those illegal ones. No one's testing my stuff anymore. I want one that goes far.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Colt, you're a beauty, man. We got to get out and tee it up. You know, just like you took 400 off Richie, you'll take more than that off of me. But hey, you're great for the game. You're good to the hockey players. Have fun at the Ryder Cup, buddy, and I hope USA gets it done for you and for me because I'm betting on them. So go USA.
I love it. Yeah, come down to Scottsdale. Let's tee it up. Have some cold ones, and it'll be a hell of a time, my man. Thank y'all for all the nice words, and always fun coming on with y'all.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Welcome back to Missin Curfew.
Fella.
Thank you to Colt
KNOST.
KNOST.
Toast.
Hey, how do I say it, Rich?
Would you like some gnocchi with that?
Yo! How do I say it, Rich?
Fuck, I don't know. I like COLT KNOST. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, he's a great guy. Rich, you got in your pocket. You'll get him back, fella. You're a fucking Stanley Cup champ. You'll get him back. Sorry, boys. I was going there. I'm a golf nerd. I'm fired up for the Ryder Cup. Our boy Keegan leading the charge. They're in tough with Team Europe, but it's always fun talking golf with guys that are actually been out there and played it.
Yeah, and you got me thinking that, you were asking about the alpha male in the U.S. squad, which I don't see a lot of. Either Keegs would have actually provided a little bit of that, the Boston in him. But I think Europe's buzzing right now. I'm thinking fucking, it's a minus 170 for the Americans with kind of a lighter lineup.
Light between the legs a little. I don't know. There's kind of
extra short.
Do they have enough ball sack, Richie, to get her done? Do they have enough ball sack? Like,
There's just a couple guys on that roster I'm not too sure of.
yeah, I don't care what kept a shot. I would be like, Brooksy, come on, fella. The Birds can leave it. We're going to. I would have brought Richie. I would have picked DJ too. I would like, fella, practice for the next 2 weeks. Put down the bottle and just try to win the Ryder Cup. Right? I would have taken DJ and Koepka. I don't care. Come on.
Well, let's be honest. Justin Thomas hasn't had a good year. Morikawa hasn't played great. There's some guys on there. I don't know.
But if it wasn't a battle, they're gonna have to battle. Listen. I'm putting a lot into the drunk New Yorkers. I'm putting a lot into them. I think they're going to be a difference. And if it wasn't Keegan, I probably would bet Team Europe. But we've been lucky enough to get to know Keegan, and I think Keegs is going to rally these guys, and I think they're pissed off from Rome and home course advantage, but they're in tough. They're in tough.
Beauty, by the way, Colton.
Yeah,
and some stories at a Gaza Ranch. I mean,
yeah,
he likes to get after it. Yeah, that's a good group of guys up there.
He's a beauty. Oh, there's nothing better than up there at the tree bar after the round. Tree bar never closes. Yeah. Never closes. She's always open. So thank you, Colt. Richie, fella, thank you. Updog, always fun stopping around with you boys. Thank you to Kyle, Casey, Conway, Max, the Ice Pick Pickup. That was Missin Curfew. Fellas.